Hey everybody, it's Bonkai the Legend again, coming back at you with a brand new video. Hope everybody's day is going well as always. This video has been heavily requested a lot. It's going to be about my Bok Mage. Today we're going to be talking about Pink Power Ranger. This is my actual Bok Mage. And then we're going to go over her suit a little bit. It's not up to date with all the new event and stuff, so this suit will need to be updated, but this is definitely an older suit, but it definitely gets the job done, as you see in my videos. I have a whole video where I just slay kids with just my Bok Mage. It's pretty nuts. But we're just gonna get into the suit building today, and we're just gonna go ahead and get started. So this is our goal right here, which is the 120 Mage, 120 Eval, Parry, Bushido, Swords, Resist. Pretty much 120s all the way down, and then 60 Tactics. Now that gives us a skill total of 760 points here. So we're just gonna go ahead and type that in. So it gives us a total of 760 skill in the suit. Now with that skill, that is not a lot of skill that you do need. Yeah, it's really not a lot at all. It's only 60 skill bonus if you technically look at it. What the hell is my Oster doing? We're gonna park his ass back over here. Sorry about that. But 760 skill is not a lot. That's only 60 skill bonus on the suit. So this includes, like, first you have to get your base. Usually what I did rock was the swords helmet. Let's see if I have one in here. I don't think I do. Oh yeah, I sure do. So I would rock the swords helmet. This is an easily, like, it's a great artifact to use. This is what I definitely use for on pink. It's on the mannequin here. I just have it transmogrified into the mage hat. I do run the tricone hat, but the Captain John's hat gives you 20 swords, 15 hit chance. That's fantastic. Like, you really can't beat that. It gives you 20 skill, dex bonus as well, so it gives you a stat increase and hit chance. This is a great artifact to have. So now you really only need a few items left on, like, or a few skill bonus. So you only need 40 skill left technically. From 20, so 780 subtract 20, that gives you 760. So you only need 40 skill remaining. Then what you go with next is, if you don't want skill on your jewel, if you don't want to overload your jewels with skill and like hit chance increase and defense chance increase, as you see here, like you start off with 15 and then you're going to need to get about to 40 DCI in reality. You want this to be 45 hit chance because you do want to hit your opponent, and then you want your defense chance increase, of course, because, you know, you don't want to get hit and you don't want to die. And you also want to be able to evade as well, but that doesn't take into account defense chance increase. Sorry man, my throat is messing up today. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, we have the swords hat, so that's one of our base. And like I said earlier, you know, if you want to free up some stats on your jewels, you definitely can, and you could run the cuffs of the Archmage here. The cuffs of the Archmage, they give you 15 resist, they give you the 20 SDI as well, and it gives you some mana regen, which is really nice. And then you have the 15 resist plus the 20 swordsman hat, which gives you a total of 35 skill. And then if you subtract that from 780, you only have really 45, I'm sorry, you really only have 25 skill left on the suit that you need to fill in. So that would pretty much come down to your jewels. That means since you have this here, the Captain John's hat, and the cuffs of the Archmage, frees up some skill bonus on the jewels here for you, so you can like get stat bonuses and other stuff as well, like damage increase. You really necessarily don't need actually damage increase on the suit for a Bok Mage, because your Bushido is actually the damage modifier for your Bakuto here. So even though I do have damage increase on my Bok, this was before I knew about this, but even though you have damage increase on your Bok, it actually really doesn't affect the nerf strike damage when you do nerf strike here. The only thing that it really affects for damage increase, if you have it on your suit, is the initial hit from the Bok. So like if I hit somebody with nerf strike, it's based off of my Bushido skill. But if I hit somebody with my actual weapon, it's just based off of damage increase. So, and this weapon only does 10 to 12 damage. In PvP, that's probably about 6 damage. It's really not a lot. And you put 10, you put 100 damage increase on there, it's only about maybe 5 or 6 damage increase, you know, because it is 100%. So it pretty much times it by 2, if you get what I'm saying. But yes, damage increase really doesn't matter on the suit, so you really don't need it. I do have damage increase jewels, obviously, but that was before I knew everything. So now that you have the base, which is here, you have the 20 swords hat and you have the 15 resist cuffs. That has you your base, so you really only need jewels and then the other remaining stats. Usually what I like to run is the Hawkwind's robe. I would suggest running the Hawkwind's robe. It's probably one of the best ones out there right now, at least one of the best robes. So it gives you 10 lower reagent cost, 10 lower mana cost, and 2 mana regen. You really can't beat that. The second best one would probably be the faster casting recovery epaulettes. I don't have those at the moment. I used to, but I did get rid of those. But those would probably be your second best bet. So we're just gonna kind of veer off a little bit and just kind of go a different route. You could go 2 routes with the Bok Mage build. You could go all out and get 1-3 on your ring and your bracelet. So with that, because your weapon is gonna have a -1 on it. If it doesn't, that's cool. But in this case, if my weapon does have a -1, so when I have just 1 jewel on, oh, I'm too far from the mannequin. But when I do have 1 jewel on, it's only gonna take me to 1-3 faster casting when I have the faster casting town buff, as you see here. So you want 2-6 because that is obviously the fastest you can cast and the fastest you can recover with a mage at this time. So yes, this does take you do obviously want 2-6 on your suit. That's why I do have the bracelet with another 1-3 casting on it. This gives me 2-6, you know, then with the negative in hand, -1 Bakuto in hand, it'll give me a -1, takes it down to 1 fast cast and 6 recovery. But with the town buff, of course, from Moonglow, it's on Atlantic, so it'd be Moonglow. You get the faster casting town buff from Moonglow, takes you to 2-6, so you're 2-6 casting. That is definitely one route you can go about it. Another route you can go is you can actually run something different. So mentioning the faster cast recovery epaulettes again, if you do bring in those epaulettes, you can actually run them. So you can put, you don't have to run 6 faster cast recovery because you are going to be still doing a lot of damage with just the initial Bok hit because it has hit lightning and the initial Bok hit itself. So if you do go end up running a different route other than, you know, just the basic 1-3 and 1-3 on the jewels, you could go a different route and maybe free up some slots on the jewels. If you can understand me, you could actually put 1 faster casting on one of the jewels, have a bracelet with faster cast recovery 4 on it. Let's see if I can find one. We're gonna time skip this here. So if I can find 1 and 3, 2, 1. And bow, we got the jewels. So we have the jewels and we have the necessary tools to show you what I was gonna do. So on the ring, you know, or vice versa, bracelet, whatever ring, whatever jewel, you could actually have 1 faster casting and 4 recovery on the jewel, and then, you know, that would free up some modification on the other jewel where you could just get 1 faster casting, you know, and then in this case it would be this jewel here. It has 1 faster casting on it, everything that you need, hit chance, defense chance, EP of course, and then it has the skill bonus that we exactly need, which is 35. So yeah, that covers everything across the board that we need. It has night sight, which makes it 10 times better. So you don't need to cast night sight in the middle of everything. No, that's a joke. But anyway, for the ring, you know, if you do have faster casting 1, faster cast recovery 4, you could actually run the Jumu's Sacred Hide, which has faster cast recovery 1 on it. Put that on your back piece. It gives you damage increase as well. So if you do want damage increase on your suit for that initial Bok hit, you could run that. And not only that, but if you do have the faster cast recovery epaulettes, you could put those on your character and you could get 2-6 casting, you know, and you could run this jewel set. It is a possible thing. It can be a little bit more complicated process, but that is definitely one of the routes you can go. I went with the much more simpler route, which is an expensive route, can be, and I just went with the jewels that you basically get. I got 30 skill on my jewel, on my ring, and then on my bracelet, I just went all out. You know, I just wanted everything that it had, just no skill bonus. And that can be pretty cheap, and this one can be pretty cheap too because I didn't really need any DCI on my suit, and you'll see here in a minute why. Because I do run the Annon's boots. The Annon's boots I am running because, you know, so I can just get my defense chance up. and, you know, just raise my defense chance increase. And if you also have a god tier chest piece like this thing, man, this thing is amazing. It gives you hit chance and it gives me defense chance. So it gives me everything that I need. So it also frees up some slot on my jewels as well. That's why I am also running the Annon's boots, as you see here. And then I'll also do some refinements on the gear as well. But yeah, this piece has everything that you need. It has low reagent cost, mana cost, the hit chance and defense chance increase, along with the hit point increase, and then pretty much 3+ of every region with dex bonus 4 and an eater. Like, this thing is like, dude, it's really nice. I don't even think this thing is enhanced at all, but this thing is really nice. So I do run this on my Bok Mage, definitely. It'll probably be, it's one of Pink's staple gear I'll always have. Back to it. So I do have this, you know, it gives me the 5 hit chance and the 4 defense chance. So it does free up a little bit of slot on my jewels. So you could go 15 and 15 hit chance, 15 defense chance on each jewel, which would give you 30. And then of course, I always run on my suit would be the Slither. Now the Slither gives you 10 DCI, so you have 30 on your jewels, and then 10 for the Slither. That gives you 40 defense chance increase. That's all you really need. And then you also have 15 hit chance. 15 hit chance gives you 30, and then the Captain John's hat would give you another 15. That would put you at 45. So 45 hit chance and 40 defense chance. Now I am running this guy here, so that is why you don't see the 40 defense chance, because it is not on my jewel here. Oh, and it's also on the Annon's boots. That's what I replaced it with. I decided to go with the Annon's boots over the jewel. That is why you see defense chance increase at 39 instead of 40. So we have everything that we need. I think we're doing pretty good right now. We have the skill bonus, which is the Cuffs of the Archmage, the Captain John's hat, and then we have the skill bonus on our jewels here, which is 30. So this gives us 30, 50, and then 65, which is exactly pretty much what we need. We only needed a 60 skill increase, so you could actually take tactics to 65 if you wanted to. It's not a huge difference. I just leave it at 60 because it's really not a big difference, dude. It's probably like so minuscule, it doesn't even matter. So now that we have the base of the suit, what we're going to do now is we also have the Hawkwinds, you know, that's also the staple. So now we will look at our stats here. So we have everything. We have the jewels, we have the Slither, the artifacts, and the robe. We don't have the cape. We're not going to run the cape. So we're not going to run Juba's. So this is where we're sitting at right now. We're going to run these jewels here. We're going to run 1-3 on each jewel. And then we're going to run the faster casting talent buff for 2-6. And we're going to be sitting pretty. We're sitting pretty nice right now. Now without the weapon in hand, we're sitting at 60 weapon damage increase. That's still pretty good. Like I said, you don't need damage increase on your jewels. You'll be fine without it. So now that we have here. So now we're going to break this down. The actual suit. We have 35 lower reagent cost. There's 23 lower mana cost. I don't think that is true. We have this is mage armor, so it's 2, and we don't have, yeah, so we have 10. We actually have 20 lower mana cost on the suit because this is non-mage armor. These Cups of the Archmage, studded, and bone gear is non-mage armor. If it's not mage armor, it gives you 3 extra LMC on the suit. So in that case, we are sitting at 20 LMC and 35 LRC. So we only need 20 LMC on the suit, and we only need 65 lower reagent costs on the suit, which frees up a lot of stuff. Without a doubt, frees up a lot of stuff. I'm taking off this hat and putting on this mage hat here. Frees up a lot of stuff. So we're also going to run the LT sash. You know, it is a fantastic sash. There's no better sash in the game. You could run the spell focusing sash for 1v1s, or you could run the, man, what the hell is it called? Like, yeah, you could run the spell focusing sash if you're like in a like a 2v2 thing, or something like that, or in a 1v1. But in like a group setting, you're more than likely going to run the LT sash right here because it gives you 10 lower reagent cost, mana regen, and intel bonus. There really is nothing like this in the game right now. You might be able to swap it out with that spell focusing sash, like I said earlier, and maybe the Korgel sash for 5 DCI if you want it, but I doubt it. Like, there's no need to run 5 extra DCI. You're sitting at 40, 45. You're fine. You don't need it. But yeah, this is what we got so far. We're chilling. So we're actually at 45 lower reagent costs with that LT sash. So we only need 55 lower reagent costs on the suit, which is sitting pretty nice. I am running the Despicable Quiver as well. The reason I'm running this Despicable Quiver, I can't really see what it looks like. It just looks like a quiver. It just looks like a quiver, but it's because it's black. But yeah, I'm running the Despicable Quiver because it gives me 5 hit chance. I don't really need the hit chance, as you can see on my suit. I'm still sitting at 45, but I am running this because of the dex bonus that it gives me. It gives me 5 dex bonus, which is really nice. Yes, this is what we're sitting at. We're sitting pretty chill, 45 and 20 lower mana cost, even though it does say 23 right here. Now for the actual suit pieces, the only open slots we have on the suit, because I am running the chest piece, this is going to be the staple for the suit, one of them, is that we only have gloves, gorget, and leggings. So of course, as you can see here, eaters on your suit are fantastic. If you can get eaters on your suit, cool. If not, just settle for it, man. Just bite the bullet and just be like, you know what? I don't need an eater on the suit. You know, it's going to do the job for me. It gives you 20 lower reagent cost, 6 mana lower mana cost, 3 of each regen, which is pretty much what you want, because you want max hit point increase. You want max hit point regen and as high mana regen as possible, because Bok Mages do eat a lot of mana. So in this case, I do have Fire Eater. You don't really need casting focus, but if you have it, that's cool, I guess. But yes, so we have the Fire Eater, 20 lower reagent cost, 6 lower mana cost. So now we are sitting at, since this is a studded non-mage armor gear, we are sitting at, I want to say 26 lower mana cost now. So we only need 14 lower mana costs on the suit, and we only need 35 lower reagent costs on the suit now. And I think we also need hit point increase somewhere. No, we don't. We actually have it on the ringmail tunic here. That gives me 4 hit point increase, which is pretty nice. So that covers everything. Now we just need gloves and gorget. So in this case, I am running a gorget with, you know, this gorget could be a lot better, but it is running the 25 lower agent cost, 10 LNC, 3 of each regen pretty much, and then 15 kinetic eater, which is really nice. So I am running that as well. So I just got this guy, and it doesn't give me much mana bonus as these do. I mean, this gives me 6 mana bonus, you know, 2 mana increase for intel bonus, as you see there. So it gives me 6 mana, really, 6 mana. This gives me 4 mana. It's no big deal. I didn't really spend a lot of money on the suit. The only really thing I spent a lot of money on was probably, the highest thing was probably this bracelet here. This thing was probably about 150 mil. This slither being 200 mil at the most. These suits can be really cheap, and then the weapon can be pretty decently expensive, because if you do want 70 lightning on the weapon with at least cold damage, 100% damaging, or 100% elemental damage, in this case it would be cold, you would probably be looking at about 150 mil to about 200 mil. Anyway, back to it. So now we have the last one here, which is your gloves. So these give me 20 lower reagent cost, 10 lower mana cost, and then they also give me 15 Fire Eater, and that gives me 30 Fire Eater on the suit, with a total of 15 Kinetic Eater, and I don't think I have any other Eaters on the suit except for the Poison Eater. Now, I used to take the Despicable Quiver off and run the Jumus for 30, for 30. I used to run 30 Poison Eater and 30 Fire Eater, but I stopped that because I don't like the way the cape looks. I don't like the way the cape looks, so I said, no, to hell with that thing. We're running the quiver. The quiver looks better, and it also gives me dex bonus too, instead of, you know, it does give me the damage increase, that's cool and everything, but I don't need the recovery. I don't need the spell damage increase. I don't need the damage increase. I don't need the fire resist. I mean, the only thing that I could reasonably use on this Jumu's hide would be the 15 Poison Eater, and I'm not going to run that. There's no point for me in running that. If I do run it, cool. If I don't, it's also cool, because I'd rather take the 5 dex bonus and actually give me more mana. So in this case, it would give me 5 more mana. So that is the suit. So we have actually 110 lower reagent costs on the suit. We are sitting at 52 lower mana cost. The reason we're sitting at 52 is because one of my pieces are not studded. In this case, it's going to be the ringmail tunic. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces that are studded. So 4 times 3, that's 12. And that would give you actually 52 lower mana cost. This would be at 53 lower mana cost if I did make it non-mage armor. I actually tried making this non-mage armor, but it won't let me because this item is blessed. It is whack. But yeah, that's what we're sitting at right now. We are sitting at 45 hit chance, 40 defense chance if you're, or 39 in my case, but 40 defense chance increase. Maximum lower mana cost 55 and 52 is not a huge difference, but if you are running 55, that is awesome. And then we are running 110 lower mana cost, or I'm sorry, lower reagent cost, because if you did ever want to, you could take your lower reagent cost to 110 and you could do the LT sash, take it off and put on a spell focusing sash. You could throw on the spell focusing sash for 1v1s or like 2v2s or something like that, and it would also put out more damage over time, but and you could like build it up and everything. But I don't do that. I just run the LT sash at all times, unless I'm in like a tournament 1v1 scenario, and then it happens. But other than that, no. And then I do run the skirt right here and the fancy shirt for looks. I used to not run the Hawkwind's robe in this format. I used to run a parrot here, so that's what pink used to look like a long time ago. And then of course, to top it off, you run the VVV Crimson Cincture, because if you're running a Bok Mage, you're more than likely going to be in VVV. And when you're in VVV, just pick up this Crimson, man. It gives you 10 dex bonus, 10 hit point increase, and 2 hit point regen. So you have 10 hit point here, 10 hit point here, and then you would technically have 5 hit point increase somewhere on the suit. In my case, it's the chest piece. But yeah, that covers pretty much everything about the suit. Now for your arsenal, your weapons, what you are going to do is you do want a few weapons here. You're not going to swing a lot of weapons at max. For one, your dex is going to be a little bit low. So in my case, my dex would be 82 when I drink a potion or something like that. So that would put my stamina at 82. So I'm not swinging. The only thing I'm swinging at max speed, if I am, is the Bakuto here. So I'm only swinging this thing at max speed. If not max speed, it's going to be at like a 1.5, which is not a big difference. But if I am like using a different weapon, you know, you don't have to strictly only use the Bok. You could actually use a butcher knife here. And if you get a butcher knife, you know, it also has disarm. As you see here, it has disarm and infecting. You're not going to use infecting. You don't have DP. You don't have poisoning on the Bok Mage, as you see here. There's no poisoning on the actual template, but you do have disarm. So if you do go in for the initial hit, you know, you get the splinter off, you get the disarm, you can switch to your Bok, knock them upside the head with nerf strike, and they'll probably be dead. You can play this template a couple different ways. You can play them like a Dexter, like a hybrid, or you can play them like a strict mage with just going in and hitting them for the finishing blow. You know, that's how I play this mage. That's how I like playing pink. There's different play styles for the Bok Mage. I just play the one that I think best suits me. But yes, the butcher knife, the disarm weapon is really nice, especially for like when you're going up against like Dexters or anything like that. You know, they can disarm you, so no, why not disarm them back? You know, if you can't disarm somebody, they can't evade, because most of the stuff in the game right now does run off a parry in Bushido. It's like a staple for every template. So if you disarm them and they cannot evade, they can't parry because they have nothing in their hand, they're probably more than likely going to die. That is just how things are. The other thing I also do run is an Odachi. I love this thing. This is probably one of my favorite weapons in the game. With the Odachi, you can do Crushing Blow, you know, and you can also do Riding Swipe. Now, Riding Swipe, this also has 2 different special abilities. So if you are on, in this case, your mount, so if I'm on my little peacock over here, or if I'm on my polar bear, or on my horse, I can double click or hit my macro for riding swipe. In this case, it would be X for me. So if I hit my macro for riding swipe, it's gonna actually, and if I'm on a horse, it's gonna paralyze the person. So it'll paralyze them, and then I can actually dismount off of my mount here, and then I can actually put them on foot. And then when you put the person on foot, what it actually does when you dismount the opponent, it damages the mount. And when the mount is damaged, they have to heal the mount to full hit points before they can ride it again, which is very, very good. Because if you can get the dismount with the Odachi in your hands, you get the dismount on the person, and then you poison the pet. If they're a Dexter, or if they don't have any magery or any way to cure the pet, then they're gonna either have to pop an Ethi mount like in here, or they're gonna have to pop an anniversary horse or a war horse. And more than likely, 9 times out of 10, that is what happens if they don't have a good cross healer on their team, taking care of their pet, making sure that they stay alive. But no Odachi definitely was one of the staples in this Bok Mage, and you have to have 30 swing speed. If not, if you can, get 40 swing speed on the weapon as well, because you can also splinter with the dismount as well. If you do hit the dismount, splinter doesn't have a chance to go off, and you do want 30 to 40 swing speed on the suit, on the weapon, so that way you can try to swing it at max. You're probably not going to, but swing it at max is definitely one of the things that you want. But yeah, we have the Odachi, the Bakuto, and we also have the Butcher Knife of Slaughter. The other thing I do have in here, I think I have a Butcher, I have a Cleaver. Yeah, sure do. So with the Cleaver, you could actually use this guy in 1v1 scenarios. The other one you could use is a skinning knife. It's a little bit different. And you're only really using the Cleaver. The skinning knife is 2.25 seconds. The Cleaver is 2.5. So you could run the skinning knife or the Cleaver. It's just really preference, honestly. And then you could also put swing speed on it to swing it at max. So you're running the Cleaver just for bleed for 1v1 scenarios against mages or anybody with bandages that has like healing on their template, because if you do hit the person with bleed, they're gonna have to cure the bleed first before they actually heal themselves. So this is really good for those scenarios. That's why I do run this Cleaver. As you can see, I don't use it very often because it has 252 out of 255 durability. So it's very rare when you come across a template like that. But when you do come across a template like that, it can be very annoying to deal with. So I definitely do run that. Another one I do use is I have a backup Bok. So this one has taken a lot of damage, a lot of heat. So I've kind of like been laying off on it. But if you can get yourself a Bok with Splinter and hit lightning on it, with spell channeling, of course, if it doesn't have a negative, that's cool. And if it's clean as well, that's also a bonus. So Splinter and a spell channeling Bok is really nice. The only reason I don't use it is because I prefer the hit lightning 70 over the hit lightning 50. And this one also has like the hit lower defense on it. That's why I do use it more. But you can use this Bok here for splinters in that case. Another weapon I do use, I did see it in here earlier, it was my Bone Harvester. So I also use this guy for another different situation. I do have 30 swing speed, as you can see on it here, and I do have the hit lower defense and hit lightning. Those are the modifications on it. The reason I do run the Bone Harvester is mainly for this reason only, is Mortal Strike. I run, and you can also parry and drink, you can also evade and drink potions with this weapon. So that's why I do run it as well in that case. But yeah, that is the arsenal on for the Bok Mage, as well as part of the suit build. And here are her skills. So there they are. They're all 120. And then I do have 75 tactics because my ring just has 15 tactics on it for whatever reason. So that was cool. But yes, here is the skill set. It is all 120s with 75 tactics. I could take it to 80 if I wanted to, because you do have extra 5 skill points on the suit somewhere. So I could take this to 80 in reality, but I'm not going to. It's not a huge difference. So all 120s across the board. And then we pretty much knocked it out the park right here. All 120s across the board, 60 tactics. This looks about right. So we're chilling. And then on the suit, we have 45, 40, 100 lower reagent costs, and about almost 55 LMC with max hit point and dex bonus. So we're chilling. When I do drink a pot here, I just want to make sure that I am at the max. So let's go ahead and drink it. All right, we're chilling. So yeah, we're at 150 hit points. 149, 1 hit point is not a huge difference. We're at 150 and we're at 82 dex. So when I do get cursed in this case, that'll take it to 80. In this case, it'll be 81, and we're chilling, man. And it looks pretty good. So I like this. I like how the suit came out. It's definitely a lot. It's definitely a really good suit. And you know, you could also put refinements on the suit. Like I did here, I did put fire and cold. A lot of people are running cold damage or poison damage weapons, and those things can get hit you hard as hell. So that's why I did put it on cold. And I also ran this too for people who are running Mystic Mages and that are casting a shit ton of Hailstorm. So I fucking hate Hailstorm. It's one of the most broken spells in the game. So that's why I decided to go with the cold refinement and fire refinement. I could do a Mystic Dexter build, or even I could do another Parry Mage build, or if you're just wanting something super simple for like if there's any starter players out there that watch my channel and want like just a basic, you know, starter like PvP template, I could definitely show you guys some of the templates there as well, and we could knock that out the way for you. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more, and don't forget to like the video and let me know what you think of the video, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.